Let's talk about the women and children, because where are they? That's a good question I keep getting asked, because all of our eyes are on the men getting sent to Alligator Alcatraz, but where are they sending the women and children? It's not an easy question to answer, because this information isn't provided to the public, but I did some digging around behind the scenes, and I think I found some answers. So as always, make sure you like, repost to get the word out, and follow along to stay up to date. So far, what we do publicly know is that today a minor accidentally ended up at Alligator Alcatraz. They're claiming that in their rush to open this detention center for some of the most vicious migrants in the world, they accidentally detained a 15-year-old with no criminal record and sent him there. Luckily, they did get him out of there, and he is now being held at a shelter for migrant children. Which brings us to the Department of Homeland Security announcing today that they have taken the DNA of over 133,000 migrant children and added them to a criminal database. Of course, they've given no justification as to why they're doing this, but I guess if you can't protect children, just declare them the criminals instead. And listen, I know that the Party of Families have been trying to go after and criminalize women just for existing for years, but seriously, now you're going after children too? I'd say what's next, but we all know you're never going to blame fathers for anything. That's all the information we technically know publicly. But as for the information that isn't publicly shared, I asked a couple of lawyers to figure out where the women and children are mainly being held. The women are mainly being held in these detention centers that we're getting reports are becoming quickly overcrowded and the conditions are getting pretty terrible. They're well over the capacity they're supposed to be. They're not getting proper food, water, medical attention. They're sleeping on floors, etc. And the main ones are going to be found in the south there, in this area they refer to as Detention Alley, where the biggest detention centers are held around Texas and Louisiana. And as for the children, that's a scarier and more of a question mark sort of answer that I'm trying to track down. Because it's true, a lot of times in these situations, the children go forgotten and slip through the cracks. They could still be running around at home without parents. They could be in juvenile detention centers. They could be overrunning the foster systems right now. Horrible fact to that is we don't really know. There hasn't been a lot of eyes on the children, and that's often what tends to happen. But I will let you know if I can find anything more out about that.